Today's build is an easy one, like ridiculously easy. And it's even easier to sell because it appeals to such a big part of the population, coffee drinkers. If you want to see how I turn 3 scraps just like this into $25 in less than an hour, then stick around. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut 2 3/4 inch wide strips. Interesting fact about coffee, a coffee bean isn't actually a bean. It's actually the pit of a fruit called a coffee cherry. Go ahead and look it up if you don't believe me. I didn't believe it at first either. I had to Google it like 3 times. What interesting facts do you know about coffee? Leave them in the comments below. And for the center wood, I'm going to cut a 1/4 inch strip, or somewhere close to it, doesn't have to be exact. While I cut this small strip, you can do me a small favor. Hit that like button and give the video a hype if you see that on your mobile device. And if not already, hit that subscribe button. Sure means a lot to a small channel like mine. Now that I got my 3 pieces cut, I'm just going to put some glue and clamps on it and let it dry. After that, I'll send it through my planer and make sure everything's flush. Alright, I got time for one more interesting coffee fact. Did you know that some coffee actually comes from elephant poop? Really, like gross, big old elephant poop. What I wasn't able to find out though was how he found this out. I mean, that's gotta be an interesting story in itself. On second thought, maybe I don't want to know that story. Maybe this mystery is better left unsolved. Go ahead and keep your elephant poop secrets. I don't need them. Now I'm going to cut this down to a final length of 10.5 inches. I'm going to save that. Now before I create the kind of contour and look that I want of this, I'm going to be putting my center slot in now. It's a lot easier to get a nice straight line when you've got straight outside edges as well. I'm going to be making the slot 8 inches long. And right at the 8-inch mark, I'll mark center. And this is where I'm going to make a little relief hole. Now before I cut my center line, I'm going to make So of all the tools I own, I don't actually own a bandsaw, and I'm in no hurry to either. My shop's quite small. So once in a while I set up my redneck bandsaw here, and it's just my jigsaw and a vise, and I've got a clamp on the trigger. So when I squeeze that down, and it's almost like it's variable speed. But what that lets me do is focus on feeding my piece and getting a nice straight cut, or as close to straight as I can. Not too bad. I'm going to sand that up on the inside too anyway, so yeah, I consider that good enough for the tools I got. Now since I'm going to be making a bunch of these for a customer, I'm going to make a design on a template so that once I get my shape that I like, I can simply attach it to this and take it to my router table and batch these out pretty quickly. But if you're just making one, go ahead, draw on whatever design you want, and you can use a jigsaw or a bandsaw to freehand it. Now I'm not very artistic. I'm one of those people that cannot draw a straight line. So I'm going to use different objects just to kind of create a contour. I found this roll of tape that's almost the perfect width, so I'm going to use that to make my spoon end. And then I'll find something else just to kind of come up with a design. Why do they say can't draw a straight line as if it's an insult? I mean, I would think that even if you're pretty artistic, drawing a straight line would be kind of difficult. So while I was looking around the shop for something with a nice little contour, I found this 2-inch putty knife. And since my piece is 2 inches, it's going to make the perfect template just to give this a little shape. For now, I'm just going to trace it out anyway, even though I'm going to glue this down, and I'll trim off a little bit with the jigsaw just to make my flush trim bit work a little easier. I'm using an 1 3/4 Forstner bit, and I've actually ground the tip of mine off, and this will allow me to get a little closer to the bottom of the piece without going through to the other side. I've just got to make sure that I clamp the piece down extra tight when doing this. So I got my hole all drilled, and as you can see, there's barely a little dimple in the bottom since I ground off that spike on the bottom of the Forstner bit. I filled this little hole here with some black CA glue, and now I'm ready to give it a final sand and put some finish on it. And for the finish, I'm going to use a food-safe cutting board oil, since this will be in direct food contact, and because it looks great too. These are perfect for resealing your coffee bag, and the built-in spoon just makes it really convenient for measuring out your coffee in the morning. People absolutely love these. As always, thanks for watching, and if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give the video a like. It really helps out a small channel like mine. Till next time.